turning it into like a sugar skull gingerbread. This idea I did get from another body painter. I'll put their link down in the description. I took a lot of inspiration from them, even though I did change a few things, but I'll put their link in the description box. So basically I'm just using a light brown color and putting that literally everywhere. You can see I kind of have some things already traced out, and that's like kind of where the gumdrop buttons are and the bow tie, and then where I kind of want the arm like frosting icing type thing to be, and then like where the skull aspect is gonna come in here. One thing I did make I made it on camera because I streamed this entire thing, but like I'm not gonna have it in the video. I made little like gingerbread cookies to go on my hair, and those are just made out of paper with the body paint that I'm using here, the eyeshadow I'm using, and liquid eyeliner. So like it's really simple to just make them. So I just wanted to point that out, that I did make those on this thing. I just didn't put them in the video, but those will go in my hair when I put the wig actually on fully. I mean, like it's on, but like it's not styled how we're gonna have it. Then I'm just taking a darker brown and filling it all where like the skull type places are going to be. I left kind of the white in places because we're going to outline everything in white. And then I'm taking the Morphe Abby Roberts palette and using blacks and browns tones from in there to create the depth in those little sockets of where the bone structure in our little gingerbread is. He doesn't have bones, but if he had bones, these would be where they are. So yeah, just doing that in all the sockets, just kind of deepening them up, giving a little bit of depth and dimension there. You can also put liner in your where you normally would put liner. It would probably look even better, but I didn't. And then I'm just adding like little skull like fracture marks and stuff, because what skull is perfect? They're always broken somehow. And then instead of teeth, we're using gumdrop buttons. So I'm just using a variety of Mayron makeup paints to because I have like a rainbow palette. I'm using that to create all of the gumdrops. And I'm using red, yellow, and purple for the gumdrops on my chest. And then the green is actually going to be my bow tie. And I'm kind of adding in the lime green as well, just to kind of bring in all the colors. I mean, all but blue. Blue doesn't really have like a spot anywhere else, but you know what I mean. And then just taking white and putting in our icing around our joints, because obviously, and then taking a brown liquid liner from NYX and creating more defined fracture lines, and then just kind of adding some depth around the teeth, just so that way they really stand out. Then I'm taking a light brown / white to add some highlights, and then a darker brown to add some depth to really make those teeth look like they're teeth on the sugar skull part of the face gingerbread, whatever you call it. And then adding some shadows for dimension on the teeth and on the gumdrops. And I had to dip into the NYX Farbite palette just to get a little bit more variety in the yellow. I'm taking a white liquid liner and doing dots on all of the gumdrops, but I'm not going to leave those white. I'm going to put the same color that the base is over top of them, so that way it kind of sinks in. But first I'm going to go around and add our white icing around our skull here, and just kind of give it that dimension here with swirls and dots. I really like how this turned out. It was really fun to do this one. I know everyone expected me to do like something cute and sweet, but like, this is me. You can see how many do I generally do sweet and cute? No, we do creepy and weird, and I love that for us. So our gingerbread had to go with that theme. So yeah, so we're just adding in our swirls and dots, and here's where I'm putting in that color over top of it. Everywhere just like kind of sinks in. and then just adding more dimension on every little aspect that I possibly can. Adding some white near the fractional lines on some of the places. A little bit more depth underneath the skulls. Now I'm putting some shadows under the gumdrops because these are on top of the gingerbread cookie. They're not built into the cookie. So just adding in that depth and dimension there. And then I put in dimension underneath the bow tie using a mixture of brown and black just to kind of really make it separate out from the skin here. I think it's skin, it's the cookie. It's a cookie. And I'm using a dark green to kind of make some depth in our gummy bow tie. And then I really liked how the look that I got inspired by had like these like rivets around the gumdrops, so I'm kind of trying to emulate those. And then I decided, because they had like actually drippings whatever on theirs, I decided to try to make some like icing drippage on mine as well here. So that's what I kind of did there. And then I kind of also add that eventually onto the bow tie, but first I'm adding kind of like in the ribs or whatever you want to call this. They're not really the ribs, but like they are. And I'm putting some dimension underneath those with the browns. And then I'm going to put the dots over top of the shadows just to really make them stand out. One thing I will say about this liner, I love the liner, don't get me wrong, I use it all the time, you guys know I use it all the time, but it is so difficult to take off. Like, it takes me a good amount of scrubbing to get that off. So yeah, here's I'm putting in the icing off of the bow tie. So I had some on the top, and then I put some more down below. But first I'm kind of outlining my face and just adding more dimension on that. And then I'm putting shadows underneath. You can't really see this, but like it makes a difference in the picture. And then I decided to add some cracks down my neck just to give it a little bit more dimension, because it was looking very like, I don't know, one dimension kind of in that one spot. I don't know, I decided to just add it, so that's what I did there. And then I think here, yeah, here's where I decided to put the icing dripping off the bottom of the bow tie, and then adding some more dimension in around the place. So that way it kind of stands out everywhere. And now we're gonna actually work on my legs. So I decided to put one side up, and that's where I have the cookies kind of sitting. So I did make those. I cut that out of this just that way you guys aren't seeing it, but you can see I'm kind of cutting out those shapes here and then kind of just messing around. We ended up going with 3 cookies. One a gingerbread house, one a gingerbread tree, and the other being a snowflake. I could have done the candy cane, but when I was arranging them, I realized it'd be way too much in that one spot, so we only ended up going with the 3. But before I end up doing the decoration, just adding a little bit of liner and some mascara, and then I'm adding in these bombshell lashes from Arizato Cosmetics, and I had them already had white on them from last year when I did a snowman look. So it kind of worked out because we decided that was frosting just sitting in my seeing like got on my lashes. So yeah, here's where I'm arranging the 3 cookies in my hair. And that is basically the finished look. I hope you guys all like this. Next week I'm going to be doing a nutcracker look, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Alright, bye!